guys, welcome back to my channel. So I think it's been long enough and my break was long enough and I'm ready to restart my channel. So here we go. This is the cake I want to show you how I did it, how I made it, how it got baked. And the first thing I started off with was just preparing a normal sponge cake, white cake batter. The recipe I used, I'll link it down below for you. It's not my recipe. So yeah, check that out. It's in the description of the video. I colored it, as you can see, with some gel food paste coloring stuff. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. To kind of make it look like a galaxy, marbled it a little bit and then baked it accordingly to the recipe. Next step was to prepare my buttercream, and the buttercream I prefer using at the moment in the last few weeks and months is a sweetened condensed milk buttercream with only 2 ingredients, which is always awesome. So you just need some butter that's at room temperature and some sweetened condensed milk, and you whip those two up until they are nice and fluffy and white and just delicious and silky and soft, and yeah, you use that to fill your cake. Before filling the cake, of course, you have to take it out of the, how do you say it in English? The mold, the baking pan, the ring, yeah. I think you get what I'm trying to say. Just take it out of them, cut off the top, cut off, if you like, the caramelization on the edges, and cut it in half. So you have very nice, thick and even cake layers. Then use your buttercream to fill it. I didn't use any syrup to, how do you say that? To moisten my cake layers. Yeah, I don't do that because the cake is very juicy itself. So I left that out, put it in the fridge for a good 2 hours. And after those 2 hours, I heated up my ring, took that one off, and then I applied a little bit of buttercream again to seal in the crumbs, just your regular crumb coat. And after the first layer, I put it back in the fridge, gave it a good hour again to make it nice and firm. And the next layer I'm applying here, I'm a bit more generous, is the second layer. So spread the buttercream evenly and then take it off. And after that, leave it in the fridge until you're ready to continue with the other stuff. The other stuff, as you can see here, is a bit of crafting. So I used some cake wire in a very, very thin gauge, I think you say, and try to, oh boy, this is hard to explain, but oh no, it's too fast. I just did some crafting to top my cake with, but if that's too much for you, just leave it out. It took me some time, you can probably tell, so yeah. Oh boy, I'm too slow. Here you can see now. Let's continue with the video itself. I rolled out my fondant. I used some cornstarch underneath so nothing sticks to my table. That's nothing new for those of you who watched some of my videos. I use cornstarch underneath, rolled out my fondant very thin. I use a fondant called Massaticino. It's made in Switzerland. It's perfect, it's my favorite one. Rolled that out, applied it, or rolled it on top of my cake, covered it, made sure to not have any wrinkles and kinks and anything. Buffed it out a little bit, and the next step was to take my food coloring. I used some navy from Sugar Flare and some, I think it's just royal blue from Wilton, nothing fancy, nothing special. And then I used some, I think in some parts of the world it's called Everclear. It's just the highest alcohol I could find, which is 69%, I think. Yeah, I just mixed that with my food coloring, so I have some sort of watercolor effect on my cake, and I just applied it. I had the most fun. It's such a messy process, but it's so much fun to just, draw on it, make it look like watercolor, a bit more here, a bit more there. And then next step for me was to take some gold, which I mixed with alcohol again, so I have a bit of a golden paste, and I sprinkled and spritzed it on top, which was so messy but so fun. And after I was happy with the results, I took some sprinkle mix where I could find some stars in all sizes, shapes, and not colors, but yeah, in silver, I had some in gold, I had some in blue, I had some in white. Any kind of sugary star I could find, I applied that one on top. All around. That one took me quite a long time to finish, but I used some, no, you don't say pliers. Pinzette, in Germany it's called Pinzette, and stuck those little stars on top until I was done and satisfied. And the last step I did was draw the, wow, see, there you go, that's where all my English is missing. All the star signs, I think you say. Yeah, I draw those on some parchment paper, and then took the parchment paper, placed it on top, pushed through the parchment paper to print it on top of the cake, and the last step was to just draw them with the leftover watercolor. Yeah, so I could have a nice design on top, and then some more sugary stars on top, as well as the topper we prepared. And ta-da! There is my cake. I think it came out beautiful. I'm very happy and satisfied with the results. I'm very sorry about my bad English. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get back into it. It's gonna be a bit of a process, but yeah, nobody's perfect, right? That's the last shot. I wanted to show you the inside of the cake, which was not very spectacular, but some people asked for it, so there you go. That's the inside, and that's the end of the video. I'm very excited to hear what you have to say. Sorry again for the bad English. I have to work and make it work again, but yeah, I think that's it. I hope I can see you in the next video. Have a good day and see you soon.